Hi guys, we're going to be doing Unit 3, Lesson 2, and we're going to be talking more about parallel lines. Don't worry, you won't have to construct anything, but I'm going to tell you guys some properties of parallel lines. First off, just to make sure you know, parallel lines do not intersect each other, so lines that do not cross or do not intersect. And you guys already know that these have the same slope. We learned that last chapter, or last unit. And I'm going to draw this red line here. And that is called a transversal. And basically a transversal is any random line that crosses two parallel lines. So I could have made my transversal in lots of different ways. I could have gone in, the other direction, whatever, just as long as it's a random line crossing over parallel lines. And I'm going to kind of shade this area. The area that's in between the parallel lines, that is called interior. So all of that green area is called the interior. And the interior is the space between the parallel lines. So that's the space between the parallel lines. And the exterior is obviously going to be what I colored in yellow. And that exterior is the space outside the parallel lines. Okay, so I'm going to redraw these parallel lines. I've got a transversal, and then I'm going to number these angles, and we're going to be looking at some interesting properties with these angles. The first, I'm going to shade in the interior section and the exterior section. That's going to help us with figuring these things out. The first is alternate interior angles, and you will definitely want to remember these things. Alternate interior angles are angles that are on opposite sides of the transversal. So once again, here's the transversal. So one's going to be on this side, one's going to be on this side, and they're going to lie on the interior of the line. So they're going to be in this green section. So an example of alternate interior angles would be, for instance, angle 4 and angle 5. Those both lie on different sides of the transversal, and they are both on the interior. So that would be an example of alternate interior. Another example would be angle 3 and angle 6. That would be another example of alternate interior angles. Now, we wouldn't call angle 3 and angle 4 alternate interior angles because there's going to be some properties that are special with 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 that we're going to be discussing tomorrow for homework. So, that's what alternate interior angles are. The next one is alternate exterior angles. And alternate exterior angles are angles that are on opposite sides of the transversal, but the angles allied on the exterior of the line. So this orange section or this yellow section is where those angles will be. So an example of that would be this. Angle 1 and angle 8. They both lie. One is on one side of the transversal, one is on the other side, and they both lie in this orange section. So that would be one example. Another example would be angle 2 and angle 7. Both of those are examples of alternate exterior angles. They're both on the exterior, the orange section, and they are both on opposite sides of the transversal. Next one is the same side interior angles. This time the angles are going to lie on the same side of the transversal. So they're either going to be on this side or on this side. And they are both in the interior. So they're both going to be on the inside where this green section is. So an example of that would be, for instance, angle 3 and angle 5. Those are both interior angles. Another example is angle 4 and angle 6. Both of those are the same side interior angle. And then our last word is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles that lie on the same side of the transversal, but this time one angle is in the interior and one is in the exterior. So there's lots of examples of this. 1 and 5 are an example. 3 and 7. They're both on the same side, and one's in the interior and one is in the exterior. 4 and 8. And 6 and 2.